Hello students, I hope you all are doing well at home. So last video section we saw what is causality. We tried to obtain causality relation in continuous time domain. Now we will move a step further to stability and we'll try to perform relation of stability in continuous time domain system. Okay, so you already know the stability concept. It depends on something called as a Bibo criteria. Okay, so Bibo is what? Bounded input and bounded output criteria. It is often said that the system is stable if it satisfies this Bibo criteria. Okay, so when we talk about bounded input, what do you mean by bounded? Bounded means it has to be confined within the space. That means the magnitude should be less than infinity. Okay, so a system to be stable, it has to satisfy Bibo criteria. That means if the system has an input which is a bounded input, that means an input signal whose magnitude is less than infinity, then the output which we achieve from the system for that input signal should also be bounded signal. That means the output signal should also possess magnitude which is less than infinity. Okay, that is Bibo criteria. So in order to say that the system is stable, it has to achieve output signal whose magnitude is less than infinity. Okay, so we will try to obtain this stability relation in continuous time domain. So let's move further. So consider you have an input signal. So you are given an input signal which is x of t, and that x of t is considered as a bounded signal. That means its magnitude, which is denoted as m, it is less than infinity. Magnitude is what? It is the absolute value of this signal x of t. So absolute value x of t, which is denoted by m, it has to be less than infinity. So over here we have considered that this x of t is a bounded input signal. Okay. Now when we can see that the system is stable, for each bounded input signal it has to achieve bounded output. Okay. So we will try to prove, or we will try to see whether the output of this x of t, that is y of t, is bounded or not. Okay. So how to calculate that this output signal is bounded signal? We need to calculate its absolute value, that is the magnitude. Okay, so we'll further try achieving the magnitude of the output signal y of t. Clear? So substitute the relation, that representation of the y of t that you already know in terms of multiplication integral, and calculate the magnitude, that is the abs of that multiplication integral. Now look at this particular parameter. So over here it is what? Integral limits minus infinity to infinity h of tau x of t minus tau d tau. Okay, yes or no? So we already know that our input signal x of t is a bounded signal. Okay, that means its magnitude is less than infinity. So if x of t is a bounded signal, then its delayed variant, that is x of t minus tau, is also considered as a bounded signal. That means its magnitude is less than infinity. Okay. Now this y of t, it is dependent on what? Two parameters. First is h of tau, that is the response, and second is x of t minus tau, that is delayed input signal. Now we already know that this delayed input signal is bounded signal. So when this entire parameter will be bounded? Only when the remaining parameter, that is the impulse response h of tau, is bounded. So if both the parameters are bounded, this y of t will also be a bounded signal. Clear? So in order to achieve this bounded output, we will basically have to achieve an impulse response whose magnitude is less than infinity. That means a system to be stable, its impulse response should be bounded. That is, integral minus infinity to infinity mod of h of tau d tau should be less than infinity. If the impulse response of the signal or a system, if it is bounded, then the system is also considered as what? Bounded system. Okay, so further you will get problems where you will be asked to check whether the systems are stable or not, and you will be given a bounded input. In this type of situation, what you will do is that you will calculate and you will try to see whether this impulse response is less than infinity. Okay, if this parameter is less than infinity, then your system is a stable system. Okay, so now we will see some problems, numericals on the stability. So here you are asked to check whether the system is stable or not. Okay, so that means you will basically check this parameter, that is limit integral minus infinity to infinity absolute value of h of t dt if it is less than infinity. If it is less than infinity, then the system is stable, otherwise it is unstable. Okay, so your required parameter over here is an impulse response and it is given in a question. So your signal has an impulse response, that is h of t is equal to e raised to 2t u of t minus 1. Okay, so when you get this type of problems, first you will have to check the system for its stability. Okay, causality. Causality means what? When the system is said to be a causal system, when its value is 0 for t less than 0 and its value is 1 for t greater than 0. Okay, so over here when you look at this question, this system, it depends on a step system, step signal, yes or no? So this is u t minus 1 is nothing but a delayed step signal. Okay, so this delayed step signal will be 0 for all the values which are less than 1, yes or no, since it is delayed signal, and it will be 1 for all the t values which are greater than 1. Okay, so since this system h of t, it depends on a step system which is 0 for t less than 1 and is equal to 1 for t greater than 1, the system is causal system. Okay, so after checking the causality, you get that the system is a causal system, so you will change the integral. So the new integral interval will be what? From 1 to infinity, since this signal lies from what? 1, because it is a delayed signal, it lies from 1 and not from 0. Okay, so the integral will change from what? 1 to infinity. Okay, so it is 1 to infinity e raised to 2t dt. Okay, calculate the integral, it is 1 by 2 e raised to 2t. Substitute the value 1 and infinity. Now t tends to infinity, so the answer will be infinity. So when you look at this particular parameter, this is what basically, this is exponentially increasing signal. So it is unbounded signal, yes or no? Because value is equal to infinity, it's not less than infinity. And since it is an unbounded signal, your y of t is unbounded, h of t is unbounded, your system is also unbounded and hence it is a unstable system. Clear? Okay. Now we will move to our next example. This is also very easy. So you are given h of t, which is e raised to minus 2t. Okay. So similarly, we will first try to calculate the integral. So here integral is divided from minus infinity to 0, 0 to infinity. Okay. So when you look at this question only, it is e raised to minus 2t. So it is decaying exponential signal. So you calculate the integral, limits minus infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. Substitute it value, and since t tends to infinity and it is a decaying exponential, substitute the value 1 by 2 1 minus 1 by 2 minus 1. Answer is 1. So it is less than infinity, hence the system is stable system. So only thing you will have to check what? If the magnitude of this impulse response is less than infinity or not. That's it. Okay, thanks.